Okay, we are live now. Yes. Okay. Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Star Performers of YCM, a series where we celebrate our outstanding trainees who have not just completed our IMI certified mediation training but have truly embodied the spirit of you can resolve it. Today we have with us Samir Kumar, one of our bright trainees from the Jan Feb 2025 cohort. So Samir ji has stood out for his remarkable participation, reflective insights, and commitment to learning the art of mediation. Welcome, Samir ji. It's
Thank
good to
you.
have you with us today. Yes. And let's begin with your story. Tell us a bit about yourself, your background, and what you're currently doing, and how you first got interested in mediation. And we have a very deep rooted respect for Samir ji because he's not alone just a past trainee, he's also a very successful junior coach in the upcoming batch with YCM. And let's hear from Samir ji his experience. Over to you, Samir ji.
Thank you, Faiza, for giving me this opportunity and inviting me for this August program. I am Samir and I started my career in 1985 from Punjab National Bank as a direct officer. PNB calls them as management trainees. So post the 1 year intensive training, I was posted in one of their flagship branch in Delhi and I was handling foreign exchange operations. Right early, I got inducted into the training modules of PNB also, and I was training in initial days itself to officers which were 3 to 4 levels senior to me. And that's how I got into that public speaking and presenting. Those days, there were no PPTs, there used to be transparencies. We initially used to just write in hand, and later on, we used to type it out also. And this was a flagship branch, and I worked from 86 to 95 in this branch. After that, I got an opportunity to join an Apex financial institution, a small industries development bank of India. They took me as a specialist in foreign exchange, and I was part of a team with two other officers who set up their foreign exchange department, including the dealing room. And down the line, SIDBI utilized my services in other departments also, besides foreign exchange and treasury. And I served in treasury in both back office, front office, mid office. And finally, in last posting, I was in Delhi. I was recovery head of NCR, handling all type of recovery cases, including cases which were there with investigating agencies, including cases with BIFA, NCLT, and including Supreme Court. In between, when I was handling recovery or even handling foreign exchange exporters, importers, I used to always talk to them, and every time there will be some issue with some exporter or importer, I would try to help him out, listening him out. And I never thought that at some point I would be a real mediator between I would resolve the issues. And after I took a VRS in 2019. Post that, I got opportunities to deliver sessions to MBA students in two premier institutions in Delhi. And besides a few PSU banks officers also, I happened to train them in foreign exchange, treasury related topics. Then I got an opportunity to join YCM as a mediator. I completed that session. And it definitely gave me an insight what I was doing earlier as an untrained person. I got practical tips which I was consciously or subconsciously not aware. but using those techniques when trying to mediate or resolve the disputes between the bank and the promoter, or between the exporter or importer with the respect to the foreign supplier or buyer, as the case may be. Post that course, YCM did consider me, and I am very thankful, giving me an opportunity to be as a junior coach. And that was like a few months before the being junior coach, I was a student. And then as a junior coach, I was judging the new batch. And not only I was judging them, I was trying to mentor them as to how they should present their case, including their posture and other things, the voice modulation. It's it's important in any resolution that the resolution person, the mediator, is not only unbiased, he should appear to be unbiased to both the parties. And he should be like trying to be very patient with both the parties, yet having empathy and draw a conclusion, or encourage the parties to reach a conclusion. Rather, the mediator should always encourage the parties to reach a conclusion on their own, rather than a mediator imposing something. As a mediator, can suggest some things to both the parties, and if both the parties agree, fine. Otherwise, mediator should always encourage both the parties to reach a common ground. And this is what really gave me a real insight into the mediation. Presently, I am associated with a law firm, and I am assisting them on their clients which require inputs on foreign exchange, treasury, high sea sales, merchant trade transactions, etc. And again, I find there are a couple of corporates dealing with that law firm who get into a lot of disputes with either the government agencies or various other agencies or foreign sellers. And I give them practical inputs, and that helps resolve the issues. Though I never had till date a issue where I sat as a mediator in those disputes, but my inputs to them definitely helped resolve their issues. So I feel my practical training in two institutions, plus the most vital inputs that YCM gave me, is definitely something that helps me in resolving those problems before they become like an explosion.
Yes. Thank you for overall insights, Samir ji. It just showcased the journey and how you navigated. So even before you're doing mediation, but you actually don't know the technique, and you told that you're trained to do this with the technique after getting trained with YCM. And also adding to this, um, how was the overall experience during the training, that 40 hours training that you are taking, and any session or mentor, that concept that really stood out to you? Can you share a few lines?
Well, the focus right from the very first session was more on practical rather than just the pure theory inputs like the session.
I'm not able to hear you.
Sorry, there was a call which I
Okay,
disconnected.
fine.
I come back on that.
Yes, yes, you can.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Just missed the question because of this call disturbance. Can you just
Yes.
repeat?
How was your overall experience during your 40 hours mediation training? Any session, mentor, or concept that really stood out to you?
Throughout all the sessions, right in the very first session, if I remember, we switched over to a practical. live case, and that is something which is the real training. If the theories are okay, fine. We all negotiate, mediate in our life in real scenarios without realizing whether we are a mediator or a negotiator or a problem solver. We don't realize that, but we do it day in and day out, all of us. But once you are trained in specific cases, and then those coaches uh, post the sessions, the way they guided us, how the various points should have been presented. Initially, we would have certainly missed out a few points and few ways of presentation also. So both the technique as well as the presentation styles were focused by the uh, coaches, and I'm really thankful to each one of them. Honestly, if you ask me a specific coach, I won't be able to say anyone's name because each one was a class in her or his way. There was hardly any coach. I personally now am disclosing hardly any coach where I gave less than 5 as my rating. So
Nice.
at least I felt each of the coach was the best that YCM across the world. They brought us many international coaches, and each was had its own way of presentation, and each had its own way of guiding through, holding our hand and guiding through. So I would give a 5 to each of the coach that I faced on either side of those mediation roles that we were assigned.
Thank you. Thank you, Samirji, that you gave all 5 stars to all the coaches. That's truly that's truly great that I got to know that you gave all 5 stars to all coaches in the feedback form. Yes, coming to that, since the training, have you found yourself using mediation skills in your day-to-day life? It may be your personal life or it may be your work life. Can you share an example?
Certainly, certainly. I was doing the same role without being aware that I am a mediator or a problem resolver. Right from my early career, I was doing that role without being aware what mediation is, and I was actually doing those roles without being really having those specific technical inputs. Those technical inputs suppose that when I am now trying to resolve the conflicts between the Indian client and this foreign client, I use those techniques. Again, I would say I have not had the privilege yet to sit in a mediation between the two parties. But whenever we discuss with the Indian party on those Zoom or team links, and they give us those. Yes, I do remember in one of the case, foreign party also joined. They had some issues of which they were initially not agreeing despite our inputs. And when they had a meeting, and when I really tried to explain why we are insisting on a particular clauses in their agreements, so they came back and they agreed to our suggestions that we were giving to them. So technically, it was not, I would not call it a mediation, but my expertise and my inputs that I received in this training program certainly helped me in overcoming the biases, the overcoming the resistance, inertia on both the sides, and finally both parties agreeing to a change in the laws. And these were MNC, the counterparties were MNCs. They were used to using the same clauses with every client across the globe. We convinced them for a change in those specific clauses. And they were really appreciative. Yes, no, they never thought about those inputs.
Yes, it's great to know about your experience. And yes, one final question before we step into rapid fire. What would you say to someone who's thinking about joining YCM's upcoming mediation training? This training, which is going to take place on weekends of October, post the Diwali session we are starting, and the weekends of November also. Yes, over to you, Samirji.
It is an excellent program for somebody who, one, has a natural ability to listen. A mediator first has to be a very patient listener. If somebody is a patient listener, he could be a very good mediator. In the program, lot of practical tips, lot of theoretical inputs would be given how to manage those conflicts scenarios. And conflicts happen every day with each of us. So anyone who is a professional and who wants to pursue mediation as a career or even otherwise keep mediation as one of his abilities should ideally do this course. And there is no institution better than YCM in India, which brings the kind of professionalism in the course content.
Super. That's great that you have 100% that you are, you know, asking the people to register who are looking for an effective mechanism for dispute resolution mechanism if they want to train. Thank you so much. That's very kind, Samirji. This is going to be the final part of our interaction star performer. I'm going to ask rapid fire questions. It can be a this or that answer or a one word question that will be asking to you. You can answer in one words and based on your experience as a mediator.
But one word answer
Okay.
only.
Yes, one word answer only.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. As a mediator, what you will choose? Okay, fine. Being empathetic or being logical?
Being empathetic,
Silence, staying silence or reframing?
reframing,
Zoom mediations or in-person mediations?
ideally in person, but if
Okay, fine.
but if because of the distance or due to some personal exigencies, then Zoom. Because
Okay.
in a, if you permit me, because in a
Yeah, yeah, go
personal
ahead.
interaction, okay,
Fine.
in a
International
personal
thing also.
interaction, there is a much more confidence on both the sides,
Got it. Got
and
it.
they feel whatever they are discussing is will remain confidential. But on electronic mode, confidentiality may not be there because of factors beyond the control of all the three parties.
Got it. Family disputes or workplace disputes?
Workplace disputes,
Okay. Opening statements or closing statements?
closing statement.
Okay. So now we got one-on-one answers, rapid fire questions also done with Samirji. Thank you for your time, Samirji, for giving us your reflection about your journey as a mediator and how well, often, and what are the opportunities that you are doing now as a mediator. And stay tuned. We always been touch and at YCM, it's not just like we finished the training and you can just stay away from us. We always get in touch with you with all the past trainees, for all the YCM trainings, workshops, and all external events as well. So stay tuned, stay connected. Until we meet again, always remember you can resolve it. Thank you, Samiji, for your time.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Faiz.